Welcome to our lesson on plant disease and response. The key questions for today are 1. What are examples of plant diseases? 2. How do people identify plant diseases? 3. What are the symptoms of plant diseases? 4. How do plants defend themselves from pathogens? 5. How are plants adapted to protect themselves from herbivores? The key words you'll need to know are virus, fungus, infestation, antibacterial, mechanical. Plant diseases can be caused by pathogens, which can be spread from plant to plant or by ion deficiencies. Plants require specific ions, which they absorb from the soil in order to grow healthily. Without all of these ions, the plants may not grow as well as they should. If a plant is deficient in minerals, its growth is stunted, and it may not produce healthy green leaves. Common ions required by plants for healthy growth are nitrate ions and magnesium ions. Nitrate ions are required to build proteins that are required for growth. Without nitrate ions, plants have stunted growth and yellow leaves. Magnesium is required for making chlorophyll, the green pigment that absorbs the light for photosynthesis. Without enough magnesium, plants experience chlorosis, which is the yellowing of the leaves as chlorophyll stops being made. This means that the plant is not able to perform photosynthesis and will die. Task: what mineral ions are required by plants for healthy growth? Magnesium and nitrate ions. Extension: why do fertilizers contain mineral ions? Fertilizers are designed to make plants grow at their optimum. They contain mineral ions, such as magnesium, that is used to make chlorophyll, which is required for photosynthesis, and nitrate ions, which are required for making proteins and therefore growth of the plant. Task: answer this AQA exam question. To be healthy, plants need the right amount of mineral ions from the soil. The diagram below shows 4 plants. The plants were grown in 4 different growing conditions. Sunny area with nitrate and magnesium added to the soil. Sunny area with magnesium but no nitrate added to the soil. Sunny area with nitrate but no magnesium added to the soil. Dark area with nitrate and magnesium added to the soil. Which plant was grown with no nitrate? Plant A was grown with no nitrate, shown by its small appearance compared with the other plants. Plant disease can be detected and identified by looking at the symptoms the plant is displaying. Stunted growth of the plant. This means plants will be small with small leaves. It's usually a sign of a viral infection or mineral deficiency. Spots on leaves usually indicates a disease such as rose black spot. This is a fungal disease that affects roses. It appears as purple or black spots on the leaves. Areas of decay or rotting of parts of the plant, as well as malformation of the stem or leaves, can be a sign of blight. This is common in potatoes. Growths can indicate an infection. Discoloration and patches can indicate tobacco mosaic virus. The presence of pests, such as aphids, can indicate an infestation. This can mean the plants lack nutrients or are damaged by pests feeding off them. The most common infestation is aphids. These are small green insects that feed off the sap of the plant. They can cause leaves to be curled and distorted, and the plant usually has stunted growth. Task: why would a plant infested with aphids have stunted growth? The aphids feed on the sap, which contains the glucose made by the plant. This glucose is needed by the plant to build molecules, such as proteins, for growth, and to respire to generate energy, also required for growth. Extension: what other plant disease shows the same symptoms as an aphid infestation? Nitrate deficiency and viral infections can also cause stunted growth. These plant diseases can be identified by looking in a gardening manual or using an internet search. Samples of infected plants can also be taken to a laboratory for analysis, or test kits containing monoclonal antibodies can be used to test for pathogens. Task: explain how a monoclonal antibody test kit can detect the presence of a viral infection. Monoclonal antibodies can be produced by injecting the viral antigen into a mouse, then combining a lymphocyte with a tumour cell to form a hybridoma. This can be cloned and will then produce specific monoclonal antibodies for the virus. The monoclonal antibodies can then be used to detect the specific virus. Plants can protect themselves from diseases in many different ways. Physical defences include thick cellulose cell walls that pathogens cannot penetrate. Bark on trees contains lignin, which is waterproof and stops pathogens entering through the trunk, and leaves have a waxy cuticle, which prevents pathogens from entering. Task: compare the way plants and humans prevent pathogens from entering. Both plants and humans are covered with a protective physical boundary to pathogens. Humans have skin and plants have lignin or bark, cellulose cell walls and waxy cuticles on the leaves. Some plants secrete antibacterial chemicals that kill pathogens. An example is mint or witch hazel. Some plants need to protect themselves from being eaten by herbivores. The defense mechanisms include producing poisons and toxins which sting or irritate the herbivore, and mechanical adaptations which make it difficult for the herbivores to eat the plant. These are thorns and hairs, curling leaves, and mimicry. Mimicry is when the leaves or parts of the plant look like something else, such as plants which look like stones. Task: state 2 ways a plant protects itself from insects. Plants have hairs that make it difficult for insects to climb and leaves that droop when touched so that insects fall off. Extension: give an example of chemical defense in plants. Producing antibacterial substances or toxins.